Oh, what's going on, everyone, and welcome to another Warriors Den recap slash news dump slash whatever you want to call it. I'm BouseFeenux, and today we're going to be taking a look at everything we saw during this week's Warriors Den. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First up, we got some news about ranked mode. Right now it's buggy, the rewards are weird, and the rank distribution is super condensed. According to the dev team, they've got way too many players in gold, and to quantify that, it's about 75% of the player base in the gold tier of the ranking system, which means the newer or less skilled players and top tier players as well are probably having a really hard time finding a match, seeing as there aren't many people to play with. If you're gold rank, you're pretty much set. That's where most of the player base is. The problem with being gold right now, though, is it's so crowded that it's hard to move up to platinum. To fix this, the developers have redistributed players, and what I think they mean by that is that some of you may have had your ranks altered, so I'd check up on that if you haven't in a while and see where you currently stand. Now, with this change, you'll still have quite a bit of wait time due to the nature of For Honor's competitive game mode, but you should have a better quality match against a set of players that are closer to your skill level. Now, I say should in giant quotation fingers, but, you know, give it a try, see how it works. On top of this, they're also planning on looking at win-loss rep gain. Right now, it is incredibly punishing. You can win every match except for the finals in a tournament, and you'll still lose more rep than you gained while winning the other matches in the tournament. Apparently, they're looking to fix that. And lastly, as a little tip, they mentioned that dual orders are compatible and able to be completed in ranked tournament mode, so throw those on if you got them. No sense in wasting that time. Moving right along, though, I got a few odds and ends for you here. Realistic Dominion is here for the week, so get in on that if you're interested. And along with that, we've got new weekly content in the form of these amazing coin toss emotes. And no, that is definitely not sarcasm. I actually really like some of these. They're easily the best emotes that we've gotten in a long time. So, developers, if you're watching this, fantastic job on these. I love them. One last thing before we move on, though. The Knight faction is off to a very strong start this season with yet another faction war round win under their belt. I mean, Vikings, come on, guys. We gotta step it up. Even if you just put your war banner down, it'll make a huge difference. But congratulations to the Knights, you guys really earned that one. Anyway, the meat of the show today focused on the new mode Tribute, and I previewed the trailer for that for you guys yesterday. They showed a lot of gameplay for it, which you're seeing now, and after watching, I've still got some concerns about how it's actually going to play out once the community gets their hands on it, but so far, it's actually looking like a lot of fun. With that gameplay too, we also got a lot of discussion from the design team as they were playing it, and a lot of questions were answered about the game mode in real time. I took the liberty of picking out some of the important points for you guys, which I'd kind of like to share now. But firstly, most importantly, the public test realm version of this goes live next Thursday, which is September 21st. The public test version of the game is live for PC only. Console players will not have access to this. The PTR for Tribute ends on the 25th, which is Monday. So to recap, it starts on September 21st, which is next Thursday, on PC, and it goes until the 25th. So guys, play this stuff and offer feedback on it. I'll be playing it as much as I can, and if you got some free time, I urge you to do the same. But all that aside, the strategy for playing Tribute is actually kind of neat. Team composition, while not super important, does matter a lot more in this game mode than in any other game mode in For Honor currently. Having a heavy class to anchor the home base is super useful, and having quick characters to run and grab offerings is super nice as well. Also, from what they say, there won't be a super OP blessing that's supposed to be grabbed first. From what it seems like, each blessing is very situational as to how the match is going. So how it works is you'll go out onto the map and pick up these little staff totem-like things called offerings. When you get one, you'll have to beat feet back to your base and deposit them in an altar of your choosing. Which altar you put them in determines which buff you get, and the more altars you have, obviously, the more powerful your team will be. The balance in this, though, is that the more powerful you are, the longer it takes you to respawn. Each altar with an offering on it increases your spawn time by 6 seconds. So if you get executed by an enemy and you've got all 3 altars filled on your team, I think that's close to a 30-second respawn time if my math is right. When carrying an offering, it is super easy to drop one. If an enemy or a teammate hits you, you will instantly drop the offering. The only way to take a hit and not drop an offering is to parry the hit. Blocking will also cause you to drop these. Another interesting game change they've gone for is how traps will work now. Placing a bear trap or a nail bomb is going to be an important strategy to fortify your home base, but now they can be rolled through if your enemy sees them. When passing through a trap, you'll now have 200 milliseconds to react to it before it activates, meaning that some characters can dodge through them on the edges of the trigger radius, or they can just be rolled through if your enemy sees them, so you'll have to be sneaky about where you put your traps. Anyway, once you place an offering on an altar, you cannot move it. It has to be stolen by the enemy team, so choose wisely. If you manage to fill all 3 altars with offerings, though, a timer will start, and you'll have to defend your altar for 45 seconds. If you do, you win. It's as simple as that. One last thing, though, I thought was pretty neat is that the altars are themed after the map you're on. If it's a Viking map, they'll be Viking themed and so on, so I thought that was a nice little detail. But that is pretty much all the news from today's dev stream that I've got for you guys. Ramon wasn't there to talk about the fight stuff and balance changes, but I gotta say that I'm pretty excited to try out the new mode next week. I'm curious to see how it's gonna play out, and I'm also wondering if it's gonna take the place of Dominion as the new go-to mode of choice for most players. But that is gonna be all for today, though, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like down below, and if you're new here, get subscribed to the channel so that you never miss another video. Also, if you haven't already, join my Discord by using the link in the description below, and until next time, I'm BouseFeenux. I'll see you at the next one, and as always, thank you so much for watching.